He has taught me values that it's not until recently that I've realized that I have.
A personal value that we have, our family has, and it's something that we enjoy and we're sharing it.
In 1955, Darrell Hunt was born in Calgary, Alberta, and in the early 1960s moved to Grand Forks, British Columbia. Darrell's career in logging began in 1975, and 4 years later married Dasha Maylove. Together, they began a new life with new ambition and a new family.
Always wanted to do it. Always wanted to do it. I've been a logger for 31 years, straight years now. I've made my living at it, raised my family with it. When I heard about the Woodlot, I thought, well, I'm an independent guy. This is exactly what I want to do, right? So I applied for it and I got one, and I'm doing exactly what I want to do now.
I'm amazed by his enthusiasm. If he says, let's get something done, we do it, we get things done. And Darrell, he's an exemplary person to show what can be done.
And just the hard work and to take pride in what you do, because his Woodlot is his baby, and he is so proud of it, and he loves to show it off. And I definitely hope that I've taken just his example of the hard work into the things that I've done.
Hard work, having a goal, and the philosophy behind it is you get out what you put into it, right?
Well, it's just something we've always done. He's always been in logging, and ever since we've been together, and since we've had children, it was the thing you do on a weekend. There was always a machine to be fixed, or a road to be just touched up on a weekend. So it was something you would hop in the truck, pack the picnic, get the kids, maybe cut a little firewood while you're out there. It was just our weekend outing. And for the most part, it's a good way to raise kids. And
this part here, I finished logging last year. This has approximately a 60% retention. The reason I went that route is, of course, the rail grade to be considerate of the heritage values. We took everything up. Also the wildlife. We have a lot of elk and moose in this area here, and deer. This is part of an ungulate winter range, and that was part of the things we had to consider when we did our logging. We tried to leave as much understory as we could, both deciduous and coniferous. We tried to leave a full spectrum of trees out there, to young to old. Basically what we want to do was have as light footprint out there as we could.
a month or so.
Oh yeah.
2 months ago.
Yeah, look at that. Look at how this is pumping, Nikki.
This spring when we planted it, it was just like this much green on it, and this is all just stick. And now it's all a couple months of rain, and
Look how this one's pumping out. Talk about poplars.
It amazes me how hard-working he is. He is very proud of the job he does. He really takes pride in his work.
Taking in consideration what I call it, the other special interest groups' values, I have incorporated them into my own management plans. And I think by listening and being considerate of their values, I think I've tried to log accordingly. I've been involved with minor hockey. I've been members of different associations. I'm a member of the Woodlot Association.
He came to me with some information about wanting to turn the rail grades into heritage, and so we started talking about it. We were both members of the Phoenix Interpretive Forest Society, so we were talking about how do we preserve it.
Well, I've applied for a heritage designation for the rail grades. I very much appreciate the heritage, and it's a special interest to myself. So actually, it's not really work. When you're interested in something, it doesn't really it's not really work to protect it. Ernie and I have also put up 2 kiosks, one on the CPR grade and one on the Great Northern grade, and eventually we'll have information for the hikers and bikers in this area, also giving history.
And also being part of Daryl's Woodlot to explain the heritage and historical values that are related to it.
The appreciation for what's out there, the wildlife, the trees, that a tree can provide for our family, that you need to respect that. He's doing a wonderful job, and you know, I wish that more people could be aware and see the stuff that he is doing.
When someone does go out there and they see the sign and they go, oh, that's where Daryl Hunt is working, that's where he's been hiding out all these years. I believe, you know, they say, gee, that's a nice little woodlot you have there. You know, he's been doing some good work, and, you know, must be a nice place to go to work every day.
Part of my vision also in the way I'm logging is to keep the higher end available for smaller value-added companies. For instance, a tree like this may be good for a log home builder, or maybe a bigger tree may be available for a timber framer, and he would have his option to go through the woodlot and pick exactly what he wanted to cut.
He really cares. I didn't fully understand woodlots, and he's really opened my eyes up to determining what woodlots are really about, and I think that they're more community-based than people realize.
We have a lot of trails that we've brought in, both for a horse and for cross-country skiers, mountain bikers, and stuff like that. But most people are pleasantly surprised 10 minutes from Grand Forks, you know, the experience that they can have.
Well, I just think, you know, the way he's doing it is very hands-on. He really does. He often says he would, you know, I can leave this to my children. You know, that's whether they want it or not, or that's the type of life that they'll choose. He often says that I'll be proud to leave this to my children.
There's actually a value sometimes that you can't see by going into a forest. And woodlots, I think, promote this in many ways.
If people do drive up, he's always got a handshake and a smile for you. So he's a really good guy.
Well, that's just it. It is a lifestyle that he's put in action, and we live this lifestyle, and I just am amazed that, I know he's a great guy, and he's just got all these visions, and he's making them happen, and it's pretty impressive, and I'm proud of him. So
we encourage people to come onto it, to use it. It is a very user-friendly area, right? There's lots to see there. Unless you take the effort to come in, you don't know it's there. I love what I do, right? There's more to the forest than just the trees.
In his 30 years of logging, Daryl's passion for the forest and the relationship he has created with it has grown into a lifelong journey. As the new tree that he plants is constantly growing, so too is Daryl's vision. And because of that, Daryl and his family, like the little tree, grow nothing but stronger.